The Conservative leadership, it's heating up. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. So there's a race, sort of, to be the leader of the Conservative Party. We've got two candidates in, but let's start with what won't be happening. Brad Wall isn't leaving Saskatchewan, where he just won a third term as Premier, and Stephen Harper, he's not plotting to come back. Both of these ideas were floated this week in a column by John Ivison in the National Post. According to Ivison, Wall will eventually give in to the pressure mounting on him from across the country to be a unity candidate that can save the coalition Stephen Harper built. And if Wall won't do that, then we can expect to see Stephen Harper emerge from retirement to take up the mantle of Conservative leader once again. I've long been a proponent of Wall bringing his sunny brand of Conservative politics to Ottawa, but it's not happening. He's made it clear time and again that he's just not interested. He's told me this himself several times. He's told every interviewer that asks him. And people that know him well say his heart is in the prairies, not Ottawa. As for Stephen Harper, no, I don't see him coming back anytime soon. So let's talk about who is in now. Kellie Leitch, former cabinet minister for Stephen Harper, she pulled the trigger first, announcing an exploratory committee. She signed the papers, she's plopped down the money, the $50,000 fee, but she isn't really running. Not yet, anyway. She's just exploring, I suppose. Let's read from her news release. Kellie will use the exploratory committee to consult with members about the future of the party, share ideas about the future of the Conservative movement, begin recruiting union members, and raise funds. Longtime Conservative Party volunteers, Sandra Grieve and Danny Reynaud, are co-chairing Kellie's exploratory committee. She also has pollster Nick Kouvalos behind her, a man that knows how to use data to drive a campaign and target voters. She has some key fundraisers behind her. But is it really a campaign? I'd say there isn't a campaign yet. There's no website for her campaign, no social media presence, and Leitch herself is traveling out of the country and not doing media interviews. We'll see if she actually decides to turn it into a full campaign later on, but right now she's exploring and says she filed the paperwork to stay on the right side of the law as she considers doing a full campaign at a later date. The other candidate is Maxime Bernier, and he is fully in.
I'm a candidate who believe in ideas and who believe in ideas in action. So I want to be sure that our policy will be based on the right ideas, the right values, and I think because of that, I'm a candidate not only for Quebecers, but for all Canadians.
Bernier says the key ideas for him are, they surround issues like personal freedom and personal responsibility. He wants smaller government and says these are messages that he can sell in Quebec, where he's from, and outside Quebec as well. Bernier has been traveling the country speaking to any Conservative group that would listen. He's hit up Calgary several times, Vancouver. He recently spoke at the Conservative Futures Conference in Barrie, Ontario.
Is it fair? Is it fair that a small entrepreneur here in Barrie should be forced to pay taxes to fund subsidies to Bombardier or GM or to any other huge businesses run by millionaires? No, and you're right.
Now, Leitch has done some of the same, speaking to key party people, visiting some 70 ridings ahead of and during the last election to help other candidates campaign or fundraise. These sorts of things are going to be key for any leadership contender. Unlike what we're seeing south of the border, where winning primaries often is just about having the popular vote and people that aren't party members or even registered with that party can show up and vote. In the Conservative leadership race, voting is restricted to party members who have paid their $25 membership fee. It's more important to be popular with the grassroots members of the party than it is to be popular with the general public or the media. Bernier and Leitch are the two frontrunners right now because they're the only people that have actually announced they're going to run, but that won't last. Other people will join the race. Tony Clement, Michael Chong, Lisa Raitt, they're all mulling over launching bids, and then there are the big names that won't commit yet. Peter MacKay, Jason Kenney, and yes, even TV star and business mogul Kevin O'Leary. The vote is more than a year away, May 2017, but the deadline to join and be able to actually vote, it's a little closer than that. Anyone wanting to help choose the next leader of the Conservative Party of Canada needs to join and be a member by March 28th, 2017. That's 2 months before the vote. I'm not going to be endorsing any candidates at this point. That could change. We'll see. But I will say that if you want to say in who will be the next leader of the Conservative Party, well, You have one option. Join, pay your $25, and get registered to vote. It's going to be an interesting time, and this is your chance to help shape the future of the conservative movement in Canada.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.